Hello, this video is devoted to an interesting and to some extent extraordinary indicator which is called Bollinger Bands. The peculiarity of Bollinger Bands is that it is one of few indicators based on probability theory and mathematical statistics besides price values of an instrument it applied to. Thus, Bollinger Bands indicator proves to be highly informative as allows having a comprehensive vision of the market. So what is Bollinger Bands indicator then? Let us first touch upon such an unsophisticated and widely used technical analysis instrument as moving averages, which is presented in details in one of InstaForex videos. Bollinger Bands indicator is in fact a simple moving average with so-called boundaries of the bands depicted above and below. The distance between each boundary and the simple moving average is not fixed. It is calculated for each indicator's point and for every price chart bar proceeding from the standard deviation of which a value is based on those of the price registered within the preceding time frame. It can be also used to measure current market volatility. This is the reason for Bollinger Bands to expand alongside with a trend and to contract on a flat market. Being aware of such a peculiarity of Bollinger Bands indicator enables us to monitor market consolidation, sort of a break after changes in price values, which is usually followed by a shift from a flat market to new price movements. Please note how frequently trading diapason contraction is followed by wide price movements. According to one of probability theory laws, there is an over 68% possibility of a random variable to be within the boundaries of a standard deviation from its average. The possibility of 95% in case of two values of the standard deviation involved. As to the possibility to detect a random variable within the boundaries of three standard deviations, it runs as high as 99%. Certainly, the price of a currency pair on Forex is not set by chance. The movements of prices for currency pairs are determined by a series of rules and driving forces affecting the way financial flows circulate. However, considering an exorbitant number of market participants with varying equity, capital, strategies, aims, and goals, it would be fair to say that quotes change to some extent promiscuously, and this is why the laws of probability theory and mathematical statistics may be well applied to it, at least partially. It is proved by trading practice in financial markets. What else is there to be touched upon within these talks on exact complicated sciences? Here comes another important observation. Under the conditions of approaching Bollinger Bands boundaries, depicted two standard deviations away from the average line, the probability of quotes moving towards the average line soars. Moreover, it can be stated for sure that prices will not go beyond these boundaries for rather a long time, which is suggestive of promising prospects for trading in this diapason. Let us plot Bollinger Bands indicator on the chart. InstaTrader platform supports a great number of indicators and oscillators, including that of Bollinger Bands. With InstaTrader platform, it can be easily applied to the chart. Open the list of indicators in the Navigator panel. Select Bollinger Bands. Select Bollinger Bands and either drag it to the chart or give it a double left click. A pop box with parameters will then appear on the screen. You can leave them unchanged, adjust manually, or restore the default parameters by clicking on the Reset button. Let us pass to the parameters used for plotting Bollinger Bands indicator. The major parameters are period and deviation. Period is a time frame, a number of bars, within which a simple moving average is plotted. This is the time period for which a standard deviation of the price line from the average one is calculated. 20 is a recommended and the most common value. Deviation is a parameter that determines how far away Bollinger Bands boundaries are plotted from the simple moving average. This distance is measured in standard deviations. The most widely used distance is 2 standard deviations. Shift parameter allows moving Bollinger Bands onwards or backwards by several bars. Apply to parameter is designed to determine which price parameters will serve as the basis for plotting a simple moving average and the upper Bollinger Bands boundaries. A color and the style of the indicator are selected with the help of other parameters. Now we shall deal with practical use of Bollinger Bands when working with InstaTrader platform. Let us take a Bollinger Bands indicator of standard parameters, period 20 and deviation 2. To mark the boundary of 3 standard deviations that will be of help for setting stop orders, we shall visit the level section and add 1.5 and minus 1.5 values, which will correspond to these 3 deviations. This is due to the value of 3, a result of minus 2 deviation value multiplied by the coefficient set in the level section. The principal rule of trading with Bollinger Bands is opening positions at a rebound from the indicator's boundaries and return of the price in between of the boundaries shortly after a breakout. Another thing to pay attention to is expansion and contraction of these boundaries. Contraction of the indicator's boundaries is followed by the price bouncing from the boundary and making a broad volatile movement. This was a review of Bollinger Bands indicator and the ways to employ it when trading. InstaForex Company wishes you good luck. Best regards.